It's a real fun spot to be. Just don't go too deep into the provinces. You don't know what you're going to walk into. I don't recommend it for anybody to do. I wish I would have started much younger. I was getting matches left and right. Yeah, there's scammers out there. There's plenty of them. Did I get scammed? Yeah.
Hi, please tell us your name and where you're from.
Jose F. Rodriguez from New York, Freeport, Long Island.
And what brings you down here to the Philippines?
Well, what brings you down here? Well, in all honesty, needed to see a different culture across the way. I just, growing up in the U.S., all I've ever known was that or Dominican Republic, where I'm originally from.
Mm-hmm.
So I, at some point came across a few YouTube videos and just want to kind of explore life, getting up there in age right now. I'm 48, going to be 49. So that's one of the reasons why I decided to come halfway around the world.
Okay. Is this your first time to the Philippines?
Actually, no, the third time.
When was the first time you got here?
First time was in June, end of May and beginning of June. In that area, I was here the first time.
So only in the past year, you've been here 3 times
yes,
already?
Yes, 3 times. Third time I'm here now.
Okay. So what do you like so far about the Philippines?
I gotta say, in all honesty, the women, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. What makes the women more special than New York, for example?
Well, I think women are just going to be women no matter what across the board. But for me, I've always had a thing for Asian women, so to say.
Mm-hmm.
My kids will basically tell you that story. But other than that, I've had a thing for them for years and just want to just kind of explore and see what was it all about here.
You think it's a physical thing or more like traditional, cultural? Why Asian more than Dominicans or?
Well, more Philippines because the cultures are not too different from, I could say they are different from Dominicans, but more the religion and the, also them being, Spain being here years back. Then the same thing with Dominican Republic. Okay. We were also owned by Spain at one point. So I figured, you know what? Let me see what it's all about. They say it's like the Spanish or the Latin of the Asian countries. And I want to see that if it panned out to be true.
You think so far that's a true statement or not?
Yes, because some of the words I can pick up from them when they're talking. Not so much, but some little words here and there I can pick up.
Awesome. Any dislikes? Something that could be better for you here?
There are dislikes. Oh, definitely.
I was going to say.
Yes. All right. So, service. I expected the service to be, I knew what to expect when I got here. It will test your patience when you're here long enough. When you're here the first time, you go, you ignore it. You enjoy it, whatever. It doesn't matter. But once you start to realize that the service is not as good as you expect, it's like, it does get under your skin after a while. And you just got to get used to it. Like I was told before, expect service not to be as great as in the U.S.
Okay.
And I definitely now see it, but I accept it for what it is.
Now, you mentioned the women, and I want to know a bit more about that. Have you started dating any Filipinas here? Have you met anybody? Tell me a bit about that.
Yeah, I did meet. I definitely met. One of the things they tell you not to do is stay with the first one you meet. Well, I kind of am with the first one I met, but after that, there was a couple others that I met.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely recommend not stick with the first one you meet. That's a given, no matter what. But it ended up working out for me. I don't recommend it for anybody to do.
Okay.
I would say go out there, try to meet different ones in different areas, and just get an idea of what you want to deal with afterwards. But I would recommend that. I wouldn't do it any other way.
Okay, and how are you meeting these women, online or?
Online. Okay. No doubt. I'm not even gonna lie. Definitely online. I know they tell you not to go online.
Yeah.
I met them online. For me, it was pretty easy. It was not even that hard.
Yeah.
I was getting matches left and right. Yeah, there's scammers out there. There's plenty of them. I've come across them. I've seen it all. I've seen nudes. They've tried to sell me everything you could think of.
Yeah.
Did I get scammed? Yeah, I got scammed one time for $20. Wasn't a big deal.
Let us know so we avoid that scam. What happened specifically so we don't make the same mistake maybe?
Well, I had one said that they lived in a certain part of the island. If I sent her $20, she would come down and meet me. I would not do that.
But, we all learn one way or another.
One way or the other. Exactly. You go through it. I didn't expect to go through it. I thought I had it down packed. But I guess, what, $20 in comparison to what I heard that's out there?
It's more than
I'm
a
not
date
worried.
you would have taken a girl in the U.S. anyways, right? So
Exactly.
it's not a big deal. But now that we know, thanks for sharing that. Okay. Good to know. Now you said to try different places and different women. Where have you been in the Philippines? Which other areas?
I've been to Mindanao,
Mm-hmm.
and I am going to be quite honest. The girls from Mindanao, they're much prettier.
Okay.
Women's, man, I mean, they're all pretty across the board. For me, my taste was Mindanao. You see more of the, I guess you could say the cultural features, I guess you could say,
Yeah.
like you could see it more stronger down there in Mindanao than you would in the northern part like Manila and things like that.
Okay. So aside from the women, do you think this is a place you could see yourself either living long term or retiring or?
My recommendation for anybody, if they really wanted to think about something like that, I would start much younger. I wish I would have started much younger. I wish I would have started in my 20s, would have saved up all my money, and probably by the age of 45, you could just retire and live your life. I know
Mm-hmm.
people that have done it. I know people that lived in vans when they got out into the U.S. and started working, open up businesses. And from there, he's retired at, 45. I know people like that.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can tell people that are young. I would recommend just save up all the money you can save and just
Yeah.
think about your future. Don't think about the now. That's what I would have done. I would have definitely not had kids or got married the way I did in the U.S.
Yeah.
I would have definitely had a family overseas. Doesn't necessarily have to be the Philippines. It could be anywhere. It could be Dominican Republic. It could be Puerto Rico. You can send to your kids to really good schools out there and things like that, and just stay working in the U.S.
Yeah.
Long distance relationship, yeah, they're tough. I've done it before.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. It just depends what you want to make out of it.
What about like cost of living? Do you think the Philippines is as affordable as you thought? Is it more pricey? Give us some idea of what you thought it was going to be like compared to what it's like in reality.
Well, I keep hearing that things are going up in price here. I don't feel it because I obviously don't live here. I live in the U.S. I make my money in the U.S. Are things getting expensive from what I'm hearing? Yeah. Are they saying that Thailand's a better spot to go to for, to make your money stretch out? Yep. But I don't care for Thailand that much.
Yeah.
There's just too many things going on over there. So the cost of living, I think it's amazing here.
Yeah.
If you can afford to do it,
Yeah.
I would do it. It's not that bad. It's not, if you're going to live out here and you don't have a good income,
Mm-hmm.
I could see it being a problem.
Yeah.
And it's scary because I see some of the stories of some of the people, the things they went through, and you don't want to end up in that situation. I had an uncle that went through something like that where he was married to his wife and his wife decided to divorce him. And the next thing I know, he's living on the streets, dating trannies.
Yeah.
I won't go further than that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I hear you, man. So you got to be a bit prepared and be
Always
expecting.
be prepared. No matter what, you got to be prepared. Always think the worst. So this way you don't end up in a bad situation. Get prepared for the worst.
Yeah. Okay. Got you, man. It makes sense. So what about like province or city? Which do you prefer? Have you lived in the province here in the Philippines? Have you visited the provinces? What are some
Yeah, I've
differences?
seen the provinces. The provinces are a little, not even gonna say a little. You could see the poverty in those places. If you get involved with a family, I guess in the province, you also got to think about where they came from and what you got to get involved with. If you date someone in the city, they're most likely going to be well off, I guess. Not so bad, but if you're going to date a province girl, just, I guess, get ready for whatever's coming with that. Just expect, a lot of responsibilities with that, to go with that,
Okay.
Even if they have kids, that's another situation. There's a lot of these girls do have kids. You get lucky if you find one without a kid, but also then remember they might have like 7, 8 brothers and sisters, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Exactly.
you also got to get ready, be prepared for that as well.
Okay, well, now you already gave a bunch of tips and advice, which is great. Lastly, what advice do you have for anyone that wants to come to the Philippines? What would you tell them?
Just be prepared. Do all your research.
Mhm.
Look at these channels, look at at your channel and look at all the different channels out there and kind of get an idea of what you're walking into. I came here the first time. I was prepared. Not 100%. I'm going to say 50% I was prepared for what I was expecting to do. Second time I came out here, I was a little bit more, I learned how to island hop and, and also get ready for, the, unexpected delays or cancellations of flights. I just experienced that for the first time and I never thought I'd go through it. Was not a happy camper with that. And just basically, just do all your research before you come out here. It's a good place to be.
Yeah.
It's a real fun spot to be. The city life is not, if you're going to come out here, the city's not the place to be. City's the place to be when you first get out here. You could kind of get what they call a soft landing. From what I heard, you could kind of get an idea. You got to go into the province areas, where they have the beaches and stuff like that. That's the way to go if you're going to come out here. But to be in the city, the malls are awesome. I'll tell you that. But you can only do the mall so many times. And that gets really boring real fast.
Yeah.
That's what I would tell somebody. Come out here, stay in the city for a couple of days, then go out to like beach areas, provinces. Just don't go too deep into the provinces. You don't know what you're going to walk into.
Yeah.
I did that one time and I started realizing, maybe I should turn around, just be smart about where you're going. That's all.
Excellent, man. Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Not a problem.
And that was Jose. Leave your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think of his experience. He's a longtime supporter of the channel and a very generous dude. I can't believe he's nearly 50 years old, so good for him. I'm a little bit jealous, to be honest. So it was nice to finally catch up with him, have an amazing conversation. And I'm actually very impressed that he was so honest about his experience. Very down-to-earth kind of guy. And I really is somebody I can see myself being friends with in real life. So share your thoughts down below regarding his experiences and share yours as well if you've been to the Philippines. If you're looking to come here, find a girlfriend or a wife and looking for someone to date, I highly recommend the only dating site I trust, Peanut Heart. So go ahead and check them out. I've left a link in the description of this video. And that was today's interview. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.